Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna, and today I have the second card from card class this weekend, which was, the theme was a gatefold card using the ice cream corner suite that's in the new June to July catalog, and this is the suite here. It has this great little distinctive stamp set, so it has automatic shading in it. And it has a coordinating punch to punch out the ice cream top and the cone. And it has these great little sprinkles that I've used in the cards that I used at class. I didn't use these in a shaker card, but I will be doing that either this week or next week. And then it also has this gorgeous Blackberry Bliss ribbon, which is like an organza, and it's striped. It's just beautiful. But my favorite part of the suite is the papers, and I'm going to give you a real quick glimpse of those. Obviously, it's ice cream, so there are ice cream prints on it. We have these ice cream cones, and then we have these soft serve ice creams, and we have the popsicles. But the back sides of them are equally as gorgeous. You have the stripe and the sprinkles, and then you have like the scallop, and you have these are great. I think these are like splotches. It will fill up nicely on a background. Then there is the polka dot one, and again that is the flip side of this. So the colors are just gorgeous. Coastal Cabana and the Old Olive. Then the stripe is nice. And then this would make it perfect just to punch out for a cone. So the papers are gorgeous. So we're going to make this interlocking gatefold card. And this is the front of it, and it just opens up like this. So it says happy birthday with sprinkles on top. And I just think that's adorable. So let me get started and show you how I made this. Now I do have all of my pieces cut, because like I said, this is a kit that I send out to my customers who are going to be at my virtual class. So I do make a separate one up for myself, but I will explain everything that I've done when we get to that part. The card base is Pool Party, and it is 4 1/4 by 11. And we're going to fold that to make the gatefold. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer. And with the long side of the paper up against the top bar, I'm going to come in on either side and score at 2 3/4. So after I've done that side, let me show you, I talked too fast there. 2 3/4. And after I've done that side, I'm going to take my paper out, bring it in from the other side, and score again. And that way I see that I know that these two panels are 2 3/4, and that's what I need them to be so that they fold perfectly in the middle. Then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Now I kept this piece whole because I want to cut it exactly down the middle. But when I attach it to my project, I want the design to go seamlessly. So see, this ice cream is cut, and I want, when it comes together, I want those to go seamlessly. Even this tiny little part of the cone. So this, like I said, is 5 1/4. So half of 5 1/4 is 2 5/8. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer again. And there's 2 5/8, and I'm going to slice that. And as you can see, when I put them together, my design is still intact. So keeping them exactly where they're supposed to go, I'm going to attach them to this front piece. And this one I know is going on the left side. So I'm going to put, oh, just ran out of tape. Hold on one sec. Let me just grab another one. All right, I'm going to use my stamp and my snail from before. Okay, so I'm going to attach this. And when I attach this, I want this corner here to be right up against this. I don't want it to have a border on the center because when the two pieces come together, I want them to match. So I'm going to line that right up against that blue. I'm going to keep a border on the top and on the left side. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this other side, and that goes on this side here. And again, right up to here. But I do want it to be in line so it meets up with that. So right there. And as you can see, now my card goes seamlessly. And the next thing I'm going to do is the inside of my card. And I have my Highland Heather ink, and I've stamped, I'm going to ink up the stamp that says with sprinkles on top. So because it's photopolymer, I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat and ink up my card, my stamp. Straight down, straight up. And this is going to get attached to the inside of my card. A bit of adhesive. And there we go. Oh, I got a little smudge on that. I do have this mono eraser that I've picked up on Amazon. And it doesn't erase ink. It just lightly sands the paper so that the ink is sanded off. So now you can barely see that. I got another one over here too. Again, it's the Mono Sand Eraser. It's made by Tombow. It's a great little product. So as you see, you can't see any of my smudges. So here's my card. My gatefold is together. Now I want to do the interlocking mechanism. And let me show it to you here. So this is made using the stitched rectangles dies. Okay? Now, here it is. It's all set. But I want to show you how I did that. And I'm just going to use a piece of scrap paper. All of the rectangle dies nest nicely, but I didn't use two that nest right next to each other. So like, let me explain that better. These two are sequential in the nesting. If I had cut these two out, my frame would be very small and it wouldn't be sturdy enough. So what I did was went two sizes up. So I took the small one, third one in, and the fifth one in. So you can see it's a bigger border there. And like I said, I'm just going to show you real quick how I did that. I have a piece of scrap paper I'm going to do it on. So here's my magnetic plate, my acrylic plate, my paper, and then I have my two, turn this like, I need to get a new plate, my two dies. So here I have my magnetic plate, an acrylic plate, my paper, and my two dies. So here I'm going to line these up so that I have equal spacing around all sides of it. bring in another acrylic plate and I'm going to run that through. And when I take my dies off, I have a nice, thick, sturdy frame. And that is how I made that. Now, obviously, to make the inside part of the interlocking mechanism, you have to use this same die. So the smaller of the die, and just die cut out a white piece. So this one is going to fit beautifully in there, okay? So when I show you, it'll all make more sense when I show you as I put it together. So here is my card. And here is my interlocking piece. Now I only want to put adhesive on the left side. This side here has to stay free so we can accept the other piece. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to use liquid glue because that gives me a little more time to maneuver it to go exactly where I want it to go. So it's only halfway up. And I'm going to place that right here and press. Now I'm going to turn it over before I press too hard, and I can see that I have a little bit of glue there. I'm just going to remove that. And with my glue eraser, Stampin' Up! Used to sell these, but they don't anymore. You can still get them at the big box stores or online. They're less than $5, and they are the greatest invention. They just take all your glue off, your excess glue. So there it is, glued on one side. Now I have the piece of white that I die cut out. Again, these are the two dies that I used. I made the frame part using number 3 and number 5, and then I'm making the inside part using number 3. So there is the piece that's going to go in there. Before I put it in there, I do want to stamp on it, however. And so I'm going to bring in my Highland Heather again. And I'm going to ink up my stamp that says Happy Birthday. And I'm going to put it towards the top because I do want to put a ribbon on this. I'm going to stand up because I'm a little crooked with my camera here. Drop that right, and it fits perfectly in there. And there's my Happy Birthday. Now we have to attach the Happy Birthday onto the card, and it obviously is going to fit right in here. So again, I'm going to use a little bit of glue and apply that glue right on the inside of that square. And this piece here sits right in there, nests beautifully. Okay? So there we have our interlocking mechanism. Now I'm going to attach a little bow with a glue dot. And I want that to be right here in the center. Attach my bow. Now that's cute in and of itself, but I'm going to add a little extra to that, and I'm going to bring in my sprinkles. And I'm just going to scatter, oh my goodness, I'm going to just scatter a few around. Oh, my arthritis is really acting up. I can't get this open. Okay, there it is. Now in order to attach these, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on my silicone pad. And with a pierce tool, I'm going to take some out so I won't make a mess. I'm just gonna scatter them around. So here is a little pool party one. So I grabbed it with my little pierce tool, and I'm just gonna dab it into the glue. Now it is gonna dry clear, so not to fret if you see a little bit of glue on it on your project. Put another one right here. I like to do things in 3. So I'm gonna take another one. Oh, there's a blue one attached to that one. You only want the yellow one. I'm gonna put that down here. And I think I'm gonna add some along my happy birthday as well. So I'm gonna take the red. Oh, lost it. I'm gonna add it right there. And a little purple posy. And add it down there. And then a yellow. And add it right there. And that, my friends, is our interlocking gatefold. Now, as you're using this, if you find that it's sticking a little bit right here, that means I just might have a little bit of adhesive on the other side. So I'm going to take my little eraser, and I'm just going to run that along there, just in case there's anything sticking that makes that want to stay right there. And there we go. Isn't that a cute little card? And again, it's called an interlocking gatefold. Now, if you feel that this piece is not sturdy enough, if your cardstock isn't a nice, good, solid, heavyweight like Stampin' Up's is, what you can do is you can cut 2 of these out and just layer it. So you have, this is 2 cardstock thick, and that'll give it a little more stability. But if you have a good quality 80-pound or higher cardstock like Stampin' Up's is, it will it'll work just fine. So there you go, interlocking gatefold card. If you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products I used, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with whom you work and you'd like a copy of this catalog, certainly let me know and I'll be glad to pop one in the mail to you. While you're here watching this video, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you would just